Today is Monday, January 19th, 2026. Pray this for your family's safety before it's too late. Don't scroll, please don't scroll, because if you stopped here, this message is already working. Listen to this slowly, and let it sink into your heart, because this is not just another video, this is a divine interruption meant specifically for you, and yes, I'm talking to you. Your heart needs this right now. There's a reason you've been feeling uneasy, a reason your thoughts keep drifting back to your family, a reason you've been checking your phone a little more often, praying a little quieter, holding things inside that no one else sees. God sees it. The universe sees it. And on this Monday, January 19th, 2026, heaven is asking you to pause and pray, not out of fear, but out of love, protection, and destiny. You may not be able to explain it, but something inside you knows this moment matters. You've been sensing a shift, a heaviness mixed with hope, like something important is happening behind the scenes. That's because it is. This prayer is arriving before it's too late, not to scare you, but to shield what matters most to you. If your family has been under stress, if conversations feel tense, if distance has grown where love once flowed easily, this is your sign. This message is for the parent who stays strong but cries alone, for the partner who feels disconnected yet deeply committed, for the soul who carries everyone else's worries like a silent burden. You are not weak for carrying this much, you are called. And right now, God is asking you to place your family into His hands, because there are things you can't control, dangers you can't see, and battles you were never meant to fight alone. If you've been seeing signs, angel numbers like 1111, 333, 44, this is confirmation that divine protection is being activated around your home. What feels like anxiety is actually discernment. What feels like fear is love alerting you to pray. There are families watching this who look fine on the outside but are holding together quietly on the inside, and God is saying, I am restoring unity where the enemy tried to create division. This prayer is breaking cycles that have followed your family for years. It's healing generational wounds you didn't even cause. It's softening hearts that have been closed, opening conversations that felt impossible, and rebuilding trust that felt lost. And listen closely. Your soulmate connection, the person tied to your destiny, is affected by this moment too. When you pray for your family, you realign your entire future. Love flows where prayer goes. Protection follows obedience. So wherever you are right now, take a breath and say this in your spirit. God, I cover my family in your protection. Guard them when I'm not there. Speak peace where fear has lived. Restore love where distance has grown. Protect them from seen and unseen harm. Feel that calm washing over you? That's not coincidence. That's reassurance. Angels are moving. What you feared is being intercepted. Something that could have gone wrong is being redirected because you chose to listen instead of scroll. This Monday is a turning point. Your family is not falling apart. They are being covered, strengthened, and prepared for what's next. Stay in prayer. Stay aware. And don't be surprised if tonight feels lighter, if tomorrow brings clarity, or if love begins returning in unexpected ways. This was your warning, your comfort, and your confirmation all at once. Keep watching, because what God is doing next in your family will shock you in the best way. Don't scroll yet, stay right here. Because if part 1 touched something deep inside you, part 2 is going to speak to what you've been afraid to admit out loud. And this message is for you specifically, not by chance, not by algorithm, but by divine alignment. Because there are moments when God doesn't whisper anymore, He interrupts. And this is one of those moments. Listen to this carefully. There are families watching right now who feel like they are standing on the edge of something, like life has been moving too fast, Like one wrong step or one unexpected moment could change everything. And you don't know why you've been feeling this pressure in your chest, this tightness in your spirit, this urgency to pray. But heaven knows exactly why. This is not paranoia. This is awareness. This is discernment waking up inside you. You've been sensing that your family needs covering. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. And God is saying, I heard you before you even opened your mouth. Some of you have been waking up in the middle of the night for no clear reason, your heart racing, your thoughts going straight to the people you love. Others have felt distant from family members you used to feel close to, like something unseen has been creating emotional space, misunderstanding, or silence. And let me tell you this gently but clearly, not every battle is physical. Some are spiritual, and prayer is how you protect what you cannot physically reach. This is for the one who feels responsible for keeping everyone together, the emotional anchor of the family, the one who prays quietly and hopes loudly. God sees how much you carry, and He's telling you right now that you don't have to carry it alone anymore. If you've been seeing signs, songs repeating, numbers showing up, names popping into your head out of nowhere, that's not random. That's the universe lining things up to bring you into alignment with protection, love, and unity. This is a spiritual checkpoint, and you didn't miss it. And listen closely, because this part matters. There are conversations that haven't happened yet that will change everything. Apologies that are forming in hearts you thought were hardened, and healing that is already in motion even if you don't see it yet. Your prayer today is not just protecting your family from harm, it's preparing them for peace. Some of you have been worried about your children, their future, the world they're growing up in. Others are concerned about aging parents, strained marriages, broken communication, or loved ones drifting away. God is saying, I am standing watch over what you cannot control. And here's the prophetic truth. You stopped scrolling at the exact moment your prayer was needed most. That's not coincidence. That's obedience without you even realizing it. This prayer is placing a spiritual boundary around your home. It's closing doors that should never have been opened and opening doors that fear tried to keep shut. And yes, your soulmate energy is tied into this as well. When your family is covered, your love life stabilizes. When your home finds peace, your destiny accelerates. Some of you are about to experience emotional reconnection, not just with family, but with yourself. Old wounds are being brought to the surface not to hurt you, but to heal you. And right now, in this moment, heaven is asking you to pray boldly, not desperately. So in your heart, say this with authority: God, I trust you with my family. I release control and receive peace. I place every name, every face, every situation under your divine protection. Let no harm come near them. Let no confusion divide them. Let love return stronger than before. And feel that shift, yes, that subtle release. That's your spirit aligning with truth. Something that was meant to create chaos is losing its power right now. Something that was meant to scare you is being turned into testimony. This Monday is not ordinary. It's a marker in your story. From this point forward, you'll notice changes, small at first, then undeniable. Conversations will soften. Tension will ease. Fear will quiet. And you'll realize that what you were worried about didn't win, faith did. Don't rush past this moment. Sit with it. Let it seal. Because what's happening right now is bigger than you think. This is protection. This is alignment. This is God stepping in before it was too late. And stay close, because part 3 will reveal why this prayer came to you before anyone else in your family felt the shift, and what that means for your future. There is always one person in a family that God speaks to first, the watcher, the intercessor, the one with the sensitive heart, the one who feels things before they happen, and that person is you. You've always known when something was off, even when you couldn't explain it. You sense moods before words are spoken. You feel tension before arguments begin. You carry the emotional weight of your home like it's your responsibility, and sometimes you wonder why you're the one who feels it all so deeply. This is why. God trusted you with awareness before action. He trusted you with the warning before the protection manifested. This prayer didn't come to you randomly. It came because heaven knows you would listen. And right now, there are spiritual movements happening around your family that you can't see with your eyes yet, but you can feel in your chest. That tightness you felt earlier? That wasn't fear. It was urgency mixed with purpose. Some of you have been feeling unusually tired, emotionally drained, even disconnected from things that used to excite you. And that's because you've been fighting battles in the spiritual realm without realizing it. You've been holding space for your family's healing long before they asked for it. And now God is saying, it's time to release that burden to me. This part of the message is for the one who has been praying silently, loving patiently, forgiving repeatedly, and still showing up even when you felt unseen. Heaven sees you now. If you've been noticing signs, feathers, repeating dreams, songs with lyrics that hit too close to home, numbers like 111 or 555, it's because alignment is happening quickly. Change is accelerating. What once took years is about to take moments. But before blessing comes protection, and before protection comes awareness. That's why you're here. Some of you are worried about specific situations. Travel, health, finances, relationships, choices your loved ones are making, and you keep thinking, what if I'm overthinking? Let me tell you this gently, intuition sharpened by love is not imagination. It's guidance. God doesn't reveal things to scare you. He reveals them so you can cover them in prayer before they manifest. This is a divine interception. There are outcomes being rerouted right now because you paused to listen instead of scrolling away. This is connected to your soulmate and your destiny path as well. When your family's foundation is protected, your future relationships stabilize. When your home is spiritually covered, your love life aligns. Some of you have been feeling blocked romantically, emotionally guarded, or unsure why connections haven't flowed easily. And part of that was because your spirit was focused on protecting others first. God is saying, as you cover your family, I will cover you. This is a divine exchange. And now, right here, right now, I want you to receive this truth. You are not alone in this anymore. Say it quietly in your heart if you can. God, I trust you to protect what I love. And feel that shift, that warmth, that release, that sense of being held. That's reassurance entering your nervous system. Something heavy just lifted. Something unseen just changed direction. This Monday is not passing like any other day. It's being marked in the spiritual realm as the moment you stepped into your role fully. Not as the one who worries, but as the one who prays with authority. From this moment forward, you'll notice signs of protection everywhere. Near misses, changed plans, sudden peace, unexpected calm. Don't question it. That's coverage. That's divine presence. And stay with this series, because in part 4, I'm going to reveal the hidden reason why your family has faced repeated challenges, and how this prayer is breaking that cycle permanently, not temporarily. What's coming next will bring clarity you've been searching for. Don't scroll. Stay right here, because if you've reached this part, it's because your spirit is ready to understand something that has been hidden in plain sight for years, something that explains why your family has faced the same patterns, the same struggles, the same emotional cycles no matter how hard you've tried to move forward. And this message is for you, personally, intentionally, divinely. Listen to this carefully, because clarity is arriving now. There are families who deal with conflict, fear, instability, or distance not because they are broken, but because they are targeted. Yes, targeted, because love, potential, and destiny attract resistance. And if you've ever felt like no matter how much progress your family makes, something always tries to pull things backward, that wasn't bad luck, and it wasn't coincidence. It was an unbroken cycle waiting for awareness to interrupt it. And you, yes, you watching this, are the interrupter. You are the cycle breaker. God placed you in this family line not to suffer through it, but to transform it. That's why the burden has often felt heavier on you than on anyone else. That's why you've felt emotions that weren't fully yours, carried worries you didn't create, and felt responsible for keeping peace even when it cost you your own. But hear this clearly now, you were never meant to carry it alone, and this prayer is not just protection, it's liberation. This is where the pattern ends. This is where generational tension, fear-based thinking, emotional distance, and survival mode living lose their authority. Some of you grew up in environments where love wasn't always expressed openly, where communication was strained, or where stability felt fragile. Others inherited unspoken fears about money, safety, abandonment, or loss that quietly shaped the way your family operates today. And you've felt it, haven't you? That undercurrent of something might go wrong, even when things are going well. That's not intuition, that's conditioning, and God is rewriting it now. This Monday is a reset point. When you pray today, you're not just asking God to protect your family from future harm. You're asking Him to heal the past that taught your family to expect harm in the first place. And heaven is responding. If you've been noticing emotional flare-ups, sudden arguments, old issues resurfacing lately, that's not failure, that's exposure. Things come up when they're ready to leave. Cycles surface before they break. And this prayer is breaking them. Right now, unseen spiritual barriers are being dismantled. Fear is losing its grip. Confusion is being replaced with clarity. And unity is being restored in ways that don't require force or confrontation. Some of you have tried everything: communication, boundaries, distance, patience, and nothing seemed to fully work. That's because this wasn't something strategy alone could fix. This required surrender. This required prayer. And here's the beautiful part. The moment you pray from awareness instead of anxiety, everything shifts. You move from reacting to leading. You move from surviving to covering. And yes, this transformation affects your soulmate connection too. When generational cycles break, love flows more freely. When emotional safety returns to the home, your heart opens without fear. Some of you are about to experience a deeper level of intimacy, not just romantically, but emotionally, with the people you love. Walls will soften. Defenses will lower. Conversations will feel easier. And you won't have to force it. It will feel natural, like things finally settling into place. This is the universe confirming that alignment is happening at the root level. So right now, I want you to receive this prayer internally. God, I release my family from every cycle that no longer serves us. I ask you to protect us not just from danger, but from patterns that keep us stuck. Restore unity where there has been misunderstanding. Replace fear with peace. Replace survival with trust. And as you sit with that, notice how your body responds. That exhale you just took? That's your nervous system releasing something it's been holding for years. This is healing, not just protection. And don't rush past this moment, because this is where many people scroll away and miss the breakthrough. Stay present. Stay open. Don't scroll. Stay with me just a little longer, because this final part is where everything comes together, where the reason for the timing, the reason for the urgency, and the reason you were chosen to receive this message becomes unmistakably clear. And if you've been feeling a quiet calm mixed with anticipation since you started watching, that's because your spirit already knows what's being sealed right now. Listen to this carefully. January 19th, 2026 is not symbolic, it's strategic. It's a hinge day, a crossing point, a moment where intention meets obedience and protection becomes permanent. There are dates that pass like any other, and there are dates that mark a turning of the page in the spiritual realm, and this Monday is the latter for you and your family. You may not see fireworks or hear a loud announcement, but something far more powerful is happening: alignment. This is the moment where the prayers you whispered in fear are being transformed into prayers spoken with authority. This is the moment where worry gives way to trust, where vigilance becomes peace, and where love becomes the shield that fear could never be. If you've stayed this long, it's because your heart was searching for confirmation, not comfort alone, and confirmation is exactly what's arriving. God is saying, the protection you asked for is already moving ahead of you. That means situations are being delayed to keep your family safe. Routes are being changed. Decisions are being softened. Words are being held back. People are being redirected. You won't always know what was avoided, and that's the point. Protection doesn't announce itself, it quietly prevents. And you were meant to hear this so you wouldn't mistake silence for absence or calm for coincidence. There are families watching who have lived in survival mode for so long that peace feels unfamiliar, even suspicious, and God is gently teaching you how to rest without fear, how to trust without scanning for danger, how to love without bracing for loss. This is where the future shifts. Because when protection settles into the foundation of a family, everything built on top of it becomes stronger: relationships, finances, health, communication, and yes, love. Your soulmate path is tied to this moment more than you realize. When your home is spiritually covered, your heart stops negotiating with fear. When your family is unified, your capacity to receive love expands. Some of you are about to notice a change in how you show up in relationships. Less guarded, more present, more confident, and it will feel natural, not forced. That's because your nervous system is finally learning safety. And here's the revelation many people miss. When one person in a family chooses prayer over panic, the future lineage shifts. Children feel it. Partners feel it. Even generations not yet born benefit from this moment of alignment. You are not just praying for today. You are setting a tone that echoes forward. That's why the universe felt so insistent. That's why the signs were repetitive. That's why the message followed you. You were meant to anchor this protection. And now, as we seal this, I want you to do something simple but powerful. Place your family in your mind, one by one, and say this with calm confidence in your heart: God, I thank you for the protection already in motion. I trust you with what I cannot see. I release fear and receive peace. I declare unity, love, and safety over my family now and in the days ahead. Don't rush it. Feel the steadiness that follows. That's not emotion, that's alignment settling in. From this point forward, you may notice subtle changes: conversations that feel lighter, decisions that come easier, worries that don't linger as long. You may even notice that the urge to constantly check, fix, or anticipate begins to fade. That's not you becoming careless. That's you becoming covered. This is what happens when protection becomes a posture, not a reaction. And remember this: if doubt tries to creep back in later, the fact that you stopped, listened, and prayed today mattered more than you know. Something that could have unfolded differently has been redirected. Something that felt uncertain has been stabilized. And you won't need proof to believe it. You'll feel it in the way peace stays longer than it used to. Stay attentive, not anxious. Stay loving, not guarded. Stay prayerful, not fearful. This chapter is closing, and a safer, calmer, more unified season is opening for your family. And if you ever wonder whether this moment was real, come back to how you feel right now, steadier, clearer, lighter. That's your confirmation. This prayer has been heard. This protection has been activated. And what comes next for your family will unfold with a grace that finally feels trustworthy. Don't scroll, stay present, because this final continuation is not about urgency anymore. It's about embodiment, about understanding what happens after the prayer, what unfolds in the quiet days that follow, and why you may already be feeling different even if nothing around you has visibly changed yet. Because this message is still speaking directly to you, gently but firmly. Like the universe placing its hand on your shoulder and saying, "This is where you stop bracing and start trusting." Listen to this carefully. After protection is activated, there is often a strange stillness, a pause that feels unfamiliar to those who have lived in constant alert mode. And if you're feeling that now, a calm that feels almost too quiet, a sense of nothing is wrong, that makes you wonder if you're missing something. This is your confirmation that the prayer has moved from request to reality. Peace always feels suspicious to those who had to survive chaos. Because every time you choose not to spiral, every time you choose prayer over panic, you reinforce the protection already in place. This is how faith becomes a lifestyle, not a reaction. Some of you will notice subtle but powerful changes in your family dynamic in the days ahead. Someone reaches out unexpectedly. A conversation that once felt heavy suddenly feels easier. A plan changes at the last minute, and you later realize it prevented something stressful or harmful. A sense of closeness returns without explanation. These are not coincidences. These are signs of divine orchestration. Protection doesn't always show up as dramatic rescue. It often shows up as redirection, delay, softened hearts, and unseen restraint. And if you've been seeing angel numbers even more frequently since you started praying, especially sequences like 7 hours 77 minutes, 8 hours 88 minutes, or repeating dates, this is the universe affirming that alignment is locked in. Something important has stabilized. You are no longer reacting to life, you are moving with it. And hear this deeply. You are allowed to enjoy your family again without fear hovering in the background. You are allowed to laugh without waiting for something to go wrong. You are allowed to love without pre-grieving loss. God is not asking you to be careless. He is asking you to be present. Some of you have spent years mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, believing that worry was a form of protection, but worry never shielded anyone. Prayer did. And now that the shield is up, your role is not to keep checking it. Your role is to live beneath it. This is especially important for your soulmate path and emotional future. When your nervous system finally learns safety, you attract relationships that feel secure instead of chaotic. When your home energy settles, your heart opens without needing constant reassurance. This is why things are about to feel more grounded in your life. Not rush, not intense, not emotionally exhausting, but steady. And that steadiness is not boredom, it's maturity. It's alignment. It's what comes after protection has done its work. Some of you may even notice that your intuition feels clearer now, not louder, not anxious, but calm and precise. You'll know when to speak and when to be silent. You'll sense when action is needed and when trust is enough. This is what spiritual authority feels like, not control, but confidence. And as this final part settles in, I want you to remember this truth whenever doubt tries to re-enter. You didn't imagine this shift. You didn't make it up. You responded to a calling, and heaven responded back. The fact that you stayed through all 6 parts tells me something about you. You don't just seek comfort, you seek understanding. You don't just want safety, you want peace that lasts. And that's exactly what has been set in motion. So if you ever feel the urge to return to fear, return instead to gratitude. Say quietly, "Thank you for what you're protecting me from that I'll never have to see." That gratitude is a seal. That awareness is your anchor. This chapter is complete now, not because nothing will ever challenge you again, but because you no longer face challenges uncovered. Your family is not just safe today, they are supported, guided, and surrounded in ways you don't have to monitor. Let that truth settle into your bones. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. This is what answered prayer feels like when it becomes part of your reality. And remember, whenever you need to return to this feeling, this moment, this alignment, you already know how. You listen. You pause. You pray. And protection responds.